We got the Iran-Pakistan threat. We got the Israeli Hamas conflict going on right now, as well as the Ukraine-Russia threat. How much has to happen for veterans to be recalled back to active duty military service? Let's get into it. So, first of all, we got all these threats going on, with the most recent one being the Iran-Pakistan strikes. Hey, that's going on. I'm sure it's going to be a military response to that. Along with that, we got the Israel Hamas threat that's been going on for a couple of months now. Hey, and it's been increasing. Yeah, some hostages has been released. However, they still have hostages. Then we got the Ukraine-Russia threat that's been going on for about a year now, a year or more. So, when it comes to veterans, will we be stood up once more to defend this great nation, be America's police force? Well, let's take it out into context. So, first of all, I'm sure if it was to get to that point, active reserve components. Okay, cool. Those are just military members who are still stationed stateside, as well as, in some cases overseas, and an AR active reserve component. Then they're going to tap into the reserve component. The reserve component is reserve. Hey, you're being reserved for what? Any active duty threats, peacetime, wartime, whatever the case may be, because you're the closest fit for duty military person or veteran that we can pull back into active duty service the drop of a dime. Hopefully that there will be a screening process to make sure that you're still fit for duty. But when it comes to what's going on with Gucci, whatever job you're in, if any of these threats have the capacity of reaching back here, or I would hope if there's going to be a large loss of military service members being pushed into these threats for support operations, definitely they're going to tap into that reserve force. Then what comes after reserve? Then we're going to go to the retirees, mainly with the officers. Officers, strong leaders. You're on a retired list for a reason. You're retired in case something happens. You're not completely done. Taking into consideration, any reservists can be recalled immediately in the event of any national emergency or declaration of war. And hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, we all gonna be at the U.S. government, U.S. Congress mercy. And it does take the Congress to enact that as well. So with that being said, if reservists, veterans, whatever, if you're a veteran, if you're receiving VA compensation, what's going to happen? Obviously, if you are recalled and then you do go into, do all the physical fitness, they're going to screen you if you're going to be physically fit as well as mentally fit to go back active duty. If you pass that, you can do one of two things with your VA disability. You can either pause it, cool, Gucci, with the intent on having it restarted once you get back out. Regardless of whatever capacity of active duty you go back into, it's going to be suspended. You're not going to be getting active duty military pay as well as VA disability. Cool. Now, if your disabilities are so severe that you can't go, you're deemed unfit, good, Gucci, at least you tried, you attempted, you can maintain all your VA disability, all your VA compensation. You don't have to recertify or redo all the CMP exams to make sure that you still have those disabilities. Because I would say if you're fit for duty, holding a VA disability rating, especially at 100%, then you're fit to not have 100%, right? So it's like, win-win situation. Yeah, we get to go back, fight for the country, get some, for those who are seeking combat experience. However, at what cost? Ultimate cost. VA disability, your comfort, whatever job you're in. Yes, it's going to be on hold. However, it depends on if you come back the same. A lot of veterans, a lot of military, they don't come back the same post an actual conflict, war. They're actually in the trenches doing some of that Rambo shit. You know what I'm talking about? We don't come back. You lose a chunk every time you deploy, and especially with the special operators and stuff like that. But if it did get to that point, I doubt The military is gonna come after you, boy. Cause I mean, I was hooking and jiving when I was in, but could happen. I mean, obviously, if the threat is so intense and it's getting over here to the great nation of the United States of America, hey, your boy always stays strapped. You gotta stay strapped. Get your reserves up. Get something, zombie apocalypse level stuff. You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's like perfect timing. Perfect. It's like everything always happens for a reason. But when it comes to that reason, it's like, hey, for the last, 3-4 years, nothing has been going on. Nothing. And then last year, Ukraine, Russia. They've been going at it back and forth for about a year and some change. Getting all this money from the United States. And then what followed that? Then we had Israel Hamas. Yeah, they've been going at it for 50 plus years, back and forth for this strip of land, ideologies, whatever the case may be. But it started last year. And then Iran said, fuck it, I want a piece of this. They just threw some at Afghanistan. And hopefully there was no injuries, But I did see in the headlines that I don't know who they were targeting or what. I don't know if it was in response, but there was some loss of life. But hey, hopefully no civilians get injured or the ultimate, we know what the ultimate is. But let me know your thoughts and comments on this. If we are recalled back to active military, active duty service, will some of y'all actually answer the call? Or will some of y'all be like, nah, I got 100%, baby. I don't need to do anything abroad. I will defend the American dream over here in the soil with my flag, my silkies, a beer, and a little bit of freedom downrange. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, this motherfucking Debo out. Y'all stay Gucci with it. Y'all know what time it is.